You got a lead. 5 minutes later, you still haven't replied. That lead is already gone. Not maybe gone. Statistically, demonstrably, gone. But here's the question. Nobody in your market is asking out loud. When you use AI to follow up automatically, are you actually allowed to do that? Is it legal? Is it compliant? Could it come back to bite you? Today we are going all in on that question because if you are selling property to Dutch, Belgian, German, or Scandinavian buyers from the Costa Blanca, Marbella, Portugal, Dubai, or Cyprus, the compliance landscape around AI communication is something you absolutely cannot afford to ignore, and most agents are completely flying blind on this. Let me set the scene first. You run a small agency. Maybe it is just you, maybe you have got 2 or 3 people. Leads are coming in from portals, from ads, from referrals, but your buyers are based in Amsterdam, Antwerp, Hamburg, Stockholm, or Abu Dhabi. Different time zones, different languages, and the moment that inquiry hits your inbox at 11 at night, you are asleep. By the time you wake up, that buyer has already heard back from 3 other agents. This is not a productivity problem. It is a pipeline leak. And AI follow-up is the most direct solution on the table right now. But before we talk about how to use it, we need to talk about whether you can use it, because the answer is nuanced, and it matters enormously for your specific situation. Here is the foundational piece. If you are operating in Spain, Portugal, or Cyprus, and your buyers are European Union residents, you are operating inside GDPR territory. That is the General Data Protection Regulation, and it governs how you collect, store, and communicate with personal data. Using AI to automatically respond to a buyer is not inherently illegal under GDPR. What matters is the basis on which you are doing it. When someone fills in a lead form on your website or portal, they are initiating contact with you. They are expressing interest. That creates what is called a legitimate interest or a pre-contractual relationship, which gives you a legal basis to follow up. That includes automated follow-up. However, 3 things have to be in place. First, your privacy policy must clearly explain that automated or AI-assisted communications may be used. Second, the buyer must have a way to opt out or request human contact. Third, you must not be making automated decisions that significantly affect them without disclosing that. Sending a personalized property suggestion via AI is not a significant decision. It is a service. So as long as you are transparent, you are on solid ground. Now, let us talk about Dubai, because that is a different regulatory environment entirely. The UAE has its own data protection framework, and while it is less prescriptive than GDPR, the principles are similar. Consent and transparency are your anchors. If someone inquires through a portal or your website, you have a basis to respond. Just make sure your terms of engagement and any data collection forms are clear about how you will be using their information. Here is where agents make the most common mistake. They assume that because AI is writing or sending the message, they need to disclose that up front in every single message like some kind of warning label. That is not what the law requires. What is required is transparency at a systemic level, meaning your privacy policy, your onboarding communications, and your lead capture forms should reflect the fact that you use automated tools. You do not need to start every message with a disclaimer that an AI wrote it. That said, there is a smart reason to be transparent anyway, and it is not legal. It is trust. Buyers in your market are sophisticated. They are making decisions worth hundreds of thousands of euros or dirhams. If they discover mid-conversation that they were talking to an AI and nobody told them, you have not broken the law, but you may have broken the relationship. The smartest approach is to position your AI follow-up as an instant response layer that connects them to a human agent as soon as they are ready to go deeper. Set that expectation early, and it becomes a feature, not a liability. Let us address the multilingual angle because this is where it gets genuinely interesting for your situation. You are dealing with German buyers, Dutch buyers, French-speaking Belgians, Swedish nationals. Manually managing follow-up in 4 or 5 languages is basically impossible for a small team. AI solves this completely. And from a compliance perspective, communicating in a buyer's native language actually strengthens your position because it makes consent and disclosure clearer. A German buyer who receives your privacy notice in German is far more clearly informed than one who received it in Spanish and had to guess at the meaning. Now, the practical checklist. 1. Update your website privacy policy to include AI-assisted communications. 2. Ensure your lead forms have a checkbox or clear statement about how contact data will be used. 3. In your AI follow-up sequence, include a simple one-line option for buyers to request human-only contact. 4. Never use AI to make automated qualification decisions that you then act on without human review. 5. Keep records of consent, especially for EU-based buyers, because GDPR gives them the right to ask you what data you hold and how you used it. Here is the bottom line that I want you to walk away with. AI real estate follow-up is legal. It is compliant when set up correctly. And it is not just safe, it is arguably safer than a chaotic manual system where you forget to follow up at all, where messages get lost, where buyers feel ignored and disappear. The risk of not using it is greater than the risk of using it properly. The agents who dominate destination markets in the next 3 years will not be the ones with the biggest budgets. They will be the ones who respond fastest, communicate clearest, and never let a warm lead go cold because nobody was awake at the right time. AI gives you that capability. Compliance gives you the confidence to use it without looking over your shoulder. Set it up right. Be transparent, stay human where it counts, and stop letting your pipeline leak while you sleep.